Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's video we're going to see a program to verify a sampling theorem. We already know that theoretically there is one condition for a sampling. What is that condition? That fs should be a greater than equal to 2fm, means whatever the sampling frequency is there, that should be a greater than of 2 into fm. Fm means what? Modulating frequency. Okay, then and then only the proper sampling will be occur. So how to verify that? So we can verify that through this MATLAB programming. So let us start the programming. So here already I have written the heading, the clc and clear all command. Then I will take the time period minus 100 with the interval of 0.01 and the plus 100. Then I will write fm is equal to 0.02, that is a modulating frequency. Then I will take one signal, that x is equal to cos in bracket 2 into pi into that the t minus 100 to plus 100 into fm modulating frequency. Then simply I will plot that signal. I will take 2 rows, 2 column and 1 location. Then I will take plot and I will plot the simply x signal, the t comma x. Then next x label is nothing but that is the time in second, bracket complete. Again I will write y label. In y label I can write amplitude, or I can write that is x of t. Then title, basically this cos signal is nothing but continuous time signal, so I will write only is a continuous time signal, bracket complete. Okay, so this is first signal I have taken. Now I will take the first sampling frequency, that is fs1 is equal to, for example, 0.02. okay, n is equal to, I will take minus 2 to 2 interval. Now if you see here I have taken a 0.02 as a modulating frequency for this signal. Here I have taken a sampling frequency 0.02, means our formula is nothing but basic formula, that already we know that formula, that fs is greater than 2 fm. okay, but in this case if we see here our modulating frequency is 0.02. if I multiply, then you will get 2 into 0.02 means 0.04. in that case obviously this f1 is a less than 2 fm. so this is a condition for fs is less than 2 fm. okay, so again I have to take that signal, that is x1 is equal to cos in bracket, the same signal I have to take pi into fm into, here I have to write that is n1 divided by, because here I have taken a different interval, that is a minus 2 to 2. Here I have taken only t interval, minus 100 to plus 100. So I will write n1 sorry, not n1, is n divided by sampling frequency, because I have to sample that interval for -2 to +2 only. So that's it. Then I will do one thing, just I will copy this program as it is, okay, and I will change subplot is a 2 comma 2 comma 2. Here I will write n comma x1. Here I have taken a sampling, so I will write plot. I have taken a sampling, so I will write stem in bracket n1 comma x1, because here I have taken a sampling. Sampling is nothing but is a discrete signal, so that's why I have taken a stem. For a discrete signal I have to write a stem. Also I will take hold on command to hold the previous signal. Again I will write subplot 2 comma 2 comma 2, means in same signal I will write both sampling signal as well as continuous time signal, so you can understand properly. Okay, here you can give the heading. Another one, for a continuous signal I will write, for example, for understanding purpose, dot, means whenever the dot will display, that is nothing dot, or you can write a colon. So whenever in diagram it displays the colon, that's nothing but is a continuous signal. You can write a x label is only nothing but small n, y label is nothing but, you can write x1 or you can write x of n, and the title is nothing but, basically I will write discrete time signal, that is a x of n, x of n for fs is less than 2 fm. Okay, now it's very easy. This is the first condition. Now I will copy this whole program. Simply I will paste. Okay, now I have to change. Here I will take fs is equal to 2 fm, means here I will write that is a 0.04. Here I have taken a -2 to 2. Here I will take n1 is equal to, for example, -4 to 4. Then here I have to change, that is a 1. Here also I have to change, that is fs2. Here I have to change fs2. Again here I have to change 2 to 3. Again here I have to change n1, here x2. Okay, again hold on, again here I have to write x2, here n1. Okay, here I will write n1. For fs is equal to 2fm. The same program is there, just I have taken a fs, that is sampling frequency second, that is 0.04, means already we know that is fm is equal to how much, 0.02. so if I take 2 into fm, then you will get that is fs is equal to 0.04 is equal to 2 into 0.02. so both frequencies become same. Now third one, I will copy this program, again paste. again I have to change the fs3. Here I will take 5. So obviously now the sampling frequency is greater than, this sampling frequency is greater than 2 into fm. Here I will take n2. Here I will take, for example, minus 50 to plus 50. Here I have to change x2 to x3. Here I will write n2, fs2, sorry, fs3. Then I have to write 4. Here 4. Here I have to write n2, x3, n2, again x of n2. The condition is fs is greater than 2 fm. Now once again see here, our main title is program to verify sampling theorem. Then I have taken one time minus 100 to plus 100. The modulating frequency is 0.02. Already we know that the sampling will occur properly when that satisfies the condition. That condition is nothing but that sampling frequency should be greater than into 2 into fm. Okay, that is the basic formula. So I have taken a one equation, that is a continuous signal. This is a continuous signal. So first I have plot that signal. Then I have written a first sampling frequency 0.02. So this is nothing but that sampling frequency is less than 2 fm, because fm is 0.02, so its total is nothing but 0.04. So obviously that fs1 is less than 2 fm. So here I have taken a again different time period, minus 2 to 2 sampling time. So just I have changes some in a signal. Then I have taken subplot stem. Then I have taken hold, because I want to plot both sampling and continuous signal in the same plot. So that's why I have taken hold and I have given a same subplot. Okay, so this is the first condition. Same thing, I have taken fs2. So in that case both are same. Okay, so again I have taken the same stem plot in the same subplot. That is the second condition. And the third condition is nothing but that fs3 0.05 means that sampling frequency is greater than 2 fm. So again here I have taken a 4. Okay, now you can see the actual result in a figure. So just go to run option, just click on the run and save this program. Okay, just go to the run option and you can see this is the first signal, this is second. For fs is less than 2 fm, this fs is equal to 2 fm. This is nothing but fs is greater than 2 fm, means you can see here there is a proper sampling verification is there. Here there is only some samples are there, means that condition is not satisfied. Again in this case only some samples are there. Why? Because only fs is equal to 2 fm. And in third case that condition is satisfied, that sampling frequency is greater than 2 fm. That's why we getting a proper sampling of this continuous time signal. If you want to take a print out of this particular waveform, then just go to the edit option. In edit, just go to the figure properties. Okay, after that here you have to select a background color as a white. Okay, just select a background color as a white, and then you can take a printout. Then you will get a proper printout of this waveform. So I hope now you understand how to verify the sampling theorem. It's very easy to verify. Like this video, then please subscribe my channel, share this video and like on my videos. For different videos, please check the playlist. Thank you everyone.